NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years, it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
We're off and running here, and let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Getting ready to start the round. Frank, what is the importance of getting off to a good start?
It's imperative, Rich, really. Try and find your rhythm, conditions of the golf course. Really get into the round as quick as you can.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Back to the action here at the second. It's a par 3, demanding hole, Frank, isn't it?
Longest par 3 on the golf course. Slightly downhill, but you need every advantage here. It requires your best.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Pretty good stroke right there, just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus. How did that not go in?
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He's putting for bogey now. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Par 4 third here at Bay Hill. This is a hole where you do not want to miss left. 434 yards and plenty of water.
Don't look left, don't hit it left, don't play left, don't go left. There's something about a well-hit shot.
He's hit a good drive here at the third. Down there a good ways and in the fairway. Second shot here at the third.
One of the narrowest greens at Bay Hill. Water, as you could see on that left side. So for the faint of heart, you're going to miss, if anything, to that right side. And that's exactly where they put a little bunker. So be very straight on the second.
This won't hurt him. That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
that was just a lousy putt right there. No other way to say it. To 1 over par early on in this round. Back over now to the 4th. It has not gone all that well early in the round for our featured golfer. What do they need to do, Frank, to turn this thing around?
Well, you can't dwell on what's just happened. There's plenty of holes ahead. Look at the scorecard, par 5s to play, things like that. Really pick apart this golf course. There's going to be plenty of opportunities around the corner.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So with a make, moves to even par. Now to the 5th hole. Off the tee, Frank, how do these fairway bunkers sort of factor into your mindset as you prepare to tee off?
Well, if you watch the pros play on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, you see 2 different strategies here. Just an iron off the tee, give yourself a full shot in. Or, well, if you're a longer hitter, take it over that bunker on the left.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Still playing even for the day after the par. Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Can't hide the flagstick from that
man. Even par currently.
Takes him to 1 under on the day. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Navalo. So long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside my friend Frank Nobilo. We're in sunny Orlando, Florida, at the house that Arnold built, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities today?
Par fives are certainly gettable at Bay Hill. You have to, really, because the par threes are very, very difficult. That's really the go-to. The standard of the greens, though, in Florida are always good. Bay Hill, they run normally at a good speed, so you can certainly...
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it.
So the second of the par four goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
And getting ready for the putt.
It went from bad to worse, and right now, horrible.
What do they say, Frank? Golf spelled backwards is
Flog.
Flog. Another par four here, the 11th. It's just under 440 yards. This time, there's water looming left and then bunkers on the right-hand side. It's a pretty good challenge, Frank.
This hole's very similar to the third hole on the front side. Two bunkers down the right side. Just got to keep it a little left. You don't have to hit driver here.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Well, let's see what they can do with this shot from the second cut, 160 yards away. Not sure how this one will react coming out. Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading
in the water. Too bad. After hitting it in the drink, this is the fourth shot.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. The scorecard is quickly adding up.
Frank, here we go again. Another shot from the rough.
Yeah, let's see if he learned his lesson. This has to go in the hazard.
He needs to get up or might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
So it's been a tough hole. Previous shot went into the water, took the drop. This now, the sixth shot. Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. Wasn't that hard a shot.
Frank, the par fives here at Bay Hill so important. What's the 12th like?
570-odd yards. Tee it high, let it fly.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Now the second shot to the par 5. Headed for the bunker. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Third shot now from the bunker. Good looking shot right here. Well, Frank, you hate to miss the green on a par 5 with your third shot.
Well, they say par 5s are the easiest holes to birdie, but the hardest holes to make 4. Making a 6, though, that certainly sets yourself backwards. So tough up and down.
Looked bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Has his par. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good clean strike. And here's a good case in point, 216 yards, all you want.
Yeah, bunkered at the back, bunkered to the left side, a little collection area to the right. So really, in the end, you've got one choice. That's hit your best.
I like the looks of this one. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Just misses. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
You can't believe it. Thought it was in. Clean this up with a tap. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best. A very quick exit, miscut. Not the only one there, but surprising.
The weekend now to regroup. Just didn't hit many good shots. This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic. If you're just tuning in, it has been a good one. Let's get you caught up as we go down to hole number 14. Frank, how would you assess this first round performance from our featured golfer?
I'd say commercial, solid, very professional. If this is the worst round they score all week, it's not such a bad round.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Settles in over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it.
Even par, currently.
Oh, I thought he had that.
Well, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over 40. Well, now the par fours begin to stretch out a little bit. The 15th here, Frank, is 475 yards.
Certainly want to put your big shoes on here. Nice big slinging draw off the tee might help. Go a little further. It does go downhill considerably, so you get a little bit more run out of the tee shot if you did that.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always two components to the long lag putt. The speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, this is a place where you can really sort of commune with nature. It's absolutely spectacular out here, isn't it?
I've forgotten how pretty it is. Canada, no disrespect, but, you know, elk, some of the wildlife. And the golf course is just beautiful, too, the view. I mean, it's very easy to get distracted.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Good work there. Now to even par. Just 2 holes left here at Banff Springs, and Frank, another par 4. This one short, 374 yards.
It is. It's named Sarcee, which is a tribute to the Indian tribes here and the First Nations of Canada. So just think about that when you're teeing it off here on what is not an overly difficult par 4.
Took the big stick off the tee, but still challenging short second shot coming up here, Frank.
A much shorter second shot here on 17, Rich. But because that green's elevated, you've actually got to be that much more precise with this pitch.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. There's a birdie, and he's now 1 under par. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of 2 things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round. Par 5 18th. What are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, you know, really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, that's a big green. Good chance coming up ahead here for an eagle, at least a birdie.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Solid play, heart of the green. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. So just a formality here. So with that, the score is now at even par. Well, Frank, as we wrap things up here at Banff Springs, we think about reasons we love this game. A, the competition, but I think also where it takes us to amazing places like the Canadian Rockies.
It was a great day to play golf and take pictures, but you know, the golf course right in front of you, it is absolutely beautiful to the eye and rewarding too for some good golf.
Well, that'll wrap it up for all of us here at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo saying, until next time. Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. So the action is underway. take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. On the first tee, our featured golfer, Frank, has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. It was a very, very good performance. And we're going to soon find out, see what these opening swings are like.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Second shot, good look at the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
No question.
On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3. Stuffed it in there really close, and now just to tap in. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
So they'll tap in. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. In the fairway here at the third hole. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really... It was a rather poor approach shot.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. And when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a 2-putt, well done.
Wow, I thought he made that. Man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. And getting ready for the putt. Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
The ball's going to go further. Obviously, get to tee it up. Should be able to carry that water. That's really the only problem for the player in front. But once again, another good chance for a birdie.
192-yard par 3 fourth.
That's off the beaten track. It's got 5 minutes to find it.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he was thinking on that. Rich, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the fairway and not make a big number. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Back on the tee here at Banff Springs, fifth hole, 424-yard par 4. What's the setup here, Frank?
Well, it's very tempting to try and hit a draw because that's the way in which the hole is shaped. But the main goal is to make sure that you can take that second bunker, the one on the left side, out of play with that tee shot.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. The second shot now to the par 4. Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Well, he's overshot the green here.
By the caddy, Rich. Seriously. Any other club other than that one.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, the sixth here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting, very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. It's a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with the second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours. Should be safely on deck.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Always two components to the long lag putt. The speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Oh, I thought he had that. Just hammered that par putt, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking or what was going through his mind right there, but he better wake up in a hurry, because if this one doesn't go in, that score's going to rack up very quickly. Comfortably knocks it in.
Missed cut. What happened, Frank?
Just not good enough. That's the easy way. Way too many shots out there, especially for that caliber of play. So put it in the memory banks, move forward, better days ahead.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the International Challenge. Located in Troon, Scotland, founded in 1878, Royal Troon Golf Club playing host to the Open Championship 8 times and is slated to host its 9th major championship in 2016. I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Alongside me today, my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. Frank, you've played in the Open Championship on a couple of occasions here at Royal Troon. It's a golf course that features some breathtaking scenery, and it can also serve up some breathtaking golf.
True Links golf course, Rich. Relatively soft start can certainly lull you into that false sense of security, and then the golf course really starts to open up. That homeward 9, often coming back into the prevailing breeze, is very much a stern test.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Good-looking shot right here. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Our featured golfer has made it to the 13th hole. Let's pick up the action right there. Just a mediocre first round up to this point from our featured golfer. Frank, what are some keys to making something happen down the stretch?
Well, if this is the worst score that they shoot all week, I think that's one of the keys, because this is a position to vault forward from.
This is the second shot at the par 4. This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it, send it.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Pretty good shot right there. Just a little tap in here. That's a par. That keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. On the tee here at 14, it's another par 3, Frank.
You don't get caught looking at the front of the green. That's where it's at its most narrow. Ideally, something that pitches just into the top of that mound.
In for par. Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Get the ball on the green here. Any putt's makeable.
No fairway here. This one in that rough. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it, but he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. This to surrender, only one shot. just a shade over par, +1. And that'll do it from the shores of Scotland and historic Royal Troon Golf Club. For EA Sports, I'm Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. We'll see you next time.